Alright, so we're jumping back into Red Dead Redemption 2. We're already on part 3, and I feel like we are slowly but surely getting through the introduction. I don't have quite as much time this part around, so this particular video is probably going to be a little bit shorter than what we saw in the first two vids here going into Red Dead, but there's one place in particular that I want to head in this video, and that's into the town of Valentine, where it's been suggested that we go and where some of the members of our gang have already headed. So I know there's a couple story missions that are available, and we'll check them out here. It's probably one of the more exciting things that we're going to have the opportunity to do here at the beginning, and that's head into our first town. I'm interested to see what a town in Red Dead Redemption 2 is like, and I'm sure we'll go to some bigger towns throughout the game. I don't think Valentine is a particularly large place, or Valentine. I think it's Valentine. But it'll be interesting to see what stores and saloons and that kind of thing will look like. It's already been crazy realistic up to this point. Everything from the hunting to the shooting and the robbing missions that we've done, the train robbing, and everything has had these layers of realism. And like I said, can't wait to see what the town has to bring in that regard. So we got about $50 in cash on us, so we're doing okay. As a side mission, if we come across any animals, we can hunt them and bring them to Pearson to help support the group. Okay, so it is Valentine. We're pretty close to this river here. You can see the Dakota River, Cumberland Falls, and then the Dakota River continues. And then down here by Flatneck Station? Flatneck Station. That's where we have to go to see Reverend Swanson, who's got a mission for us. And then in Valentine, we got a couple dudes there, I believe. Javier is there. Bill and Charles are also there. We know all three of them. We are acquainted with all three of them. Damn, I can only imagine what all of these places have. There's so many places to go already on the map that we could check out. But I think I'm going to head north first and do the Valentine stuff first. We came from the north, so we can really only go south from here on out. That's where the majority of the map is. So let's go north, take care of what we have to in Valentine, and then we'll come back here, drop off anything that we might have found on our journeys, and then head south to Flatneck Station. In town on the map, there's a stagecoach icon, taxi coach. Return to a location that you have previously visited for a fee. It's locked. I'm sure it'll unlock when we get there. There's a show that we can go to. Stop by J.J. Riggins' Traveling Magic Lantern Show to catch a thrilling picture. It's the latest word in entertainment. I remember something similar from having watched the series Hell on Wheels. They had kind of like an early theater or picture show, as it was called. There's the saloon. There was a time when Keen's Saloon was packed every night, possibly because it was the only one in town. Business has been rather slow since Smithfield's opened up down the street, but you can still get a glass of strong liquor and something like a square meal here. The regulars often enjoy a game of five-finger fillet. Five Finger Fillet is, of course, a game that you play with a knife, and you go around trying avoiding your fingers stabbing down on a table. We'll try and play a little bit maybe when we get there. The horse won't follow you if you're in camp. Yeah, first and foremost, we got to try and find our horse. That should be listed as an icon on the map. There's Arthur's horse. Uncle has a mission for us here right at the camp. So before we leave for Valentine, let's see what Uncle has to say. There's a picture that we can examine here. It's a book. Number 18 in a series of Aldous Filson mysteries. London lay enveloped in a thick blanket of fog. It hung like a blanket that has been hung up from a place you hang things from, and the ancient but bustling city, the most wonderful and awful place in the entire world, was both pretty and sinister. Like a young girl who tempts a bachelor into marriage, or a jewel that tempts a man into murder. These were my thoughts as I sat by, doing the things a gentleman does while idly waiting for an adventure to start at the beginning of a story. And just as our last adventures had ended, so a new adventure was about to begin. I knew it, and Aldous Filson knew it. Even our rooms knew it, or they seemed to, as an expectant air hung about the place much like the fog, both hanging together, like two friends who live together and ejaculate together in surprise. And that, dear reader, is precisely what we did next. My God! I ejaculated. Upon my word! Gasped Filson. Yes, even Filson, the most brilliant man in the empire, detective, yogi, sage, scientist, organist, raconteur, occasional thief, patriot, and expert in 1,000 other subjects besides, even he was surprised. Upon my word, he repeated, still surprised. What are you doing here? For standing in front of us, as if he had not been last seen locked up in a tower on a tropical island awaiting certain doom, was the worst man in all of Europe. The most dastardly, most Germanic, most domineering, and injudicious Baron van Schwarzhart. Needless to say, his weapon was drawn. Sorry, the phone keeps ringing. I did not come here for revenge, Herr Filson, he drawled Germanically. Then why are you here? I spluttered enormously. Firstly, to prove that even the best man in Great Britain is no match for a German aristocrat, something the look in both your faces demonstrated as I walked through the door, and secondly, to offer you a deal. The Baron's eye patch twitched as he spoke. Only a fool would trust a man like him, and Filson was no fool. He was an Englishman, first and foremost. I make no deals with the likes of you, Baron, but I acknowledge that your escape surprised even me, and it is over 5 years since I last ejaculated in surprise. Whereas I do almost every day, I interposed. That's because, my dear friend, you are one of life's innocents. I was stung like a person who has just been stung by a bee, or even a scorpion, by this admonition that cut me hard. But I grinned and bore it, for Filson could be unkind, but I forgave him. And, now I think of it, he was like a scorpion, cunning, baffling, and with a sting in his long tail. This was something the Baron had forgotten. London was shrouded in mysterious fog. The German was cunning, and yet Filson was more foggy, mysterious, and cunning than both of them combined. In a trice, he had disarmed the Baron and had a rapier held quivering against his chest. Now, my dear Baron, if you don't want me to penetrate you like a fish with this sword, tell me just who you are and what you are doing. I'm the Baron van Schwarzhart, he gasped. But as he spoke, his disguise began to slip. Stood before us was not a German at all, but, even worse, a woman. So is that considered the horror genre? What do we consider that? That was a joke, by the way. This says Hosea and Bessie Matthews, September 1883. So this is Hosea's tent, obviously one of the leaders in the group. We've gone through a few personal items. In the last video towards the end there, we had a look at Arthur's tent. It was suggested that we shave. I've chosen not to.
Arthur.
I want to see how crazy this beard will get. So there's our horse. We went through our camp quite a bit towards the end of the last video, so no need to go into detail here at our camp.
Ow! Oh, oh!
Careful not to work yourself to death there, Uncle.
I was thinking.
Yeah, does it pay well?
Oh, eventually.
So, while the rest of us are busy stealing, killing, lying, fighting to try to survive, you get to think all day.
Well, it's a strange world we live in, Arthur Morgan.
Do you want to head into town? See if we can find anything out?
Sure. I got some errands to run.
Great. Go check the horses are ready.
You gonna take the old man into town? Take us too?
Well, what you got planned?
Nothing. We'll find something for y'all to do. We always do.
We're bored out of our minds. Been cooped up here for 2 weeks now. Karen's about ready to murder Grimshaw.
Well, can Miss Grimshaw spare you?
Can Miss Grimshaw spare you? What's happened to you, Arthur? 3 young, healthy women want you to take them a robbing. You're worried about house chores. Let's go.
Fair enough. You got me. Come on then.
I can't believe we're going to see civilization. Feels like weeks since we did.
Yeah, Valentine. Very embodiment of civilization. You ladies are gonna love it.
Okay then. Let's go.
All right. Out through the trees here, then take a left.
Okay, so conveniently enough, Uncle has to go into town to run some errands, so we're all going to go together as a group. The ladies of the group expressed interest in going into town with us. And Uncle was quite sarcastic about Valentine being the embodiment of civilization, so we will see.
I got a girl in Berryville. Can't be screwed 'cause she's too damn ill. So I don't go down there no more. There's a blue horse laying outside her door. I had a girl in Valentine. Likes to drink that fancy wine. Blue in her head was 2 feet tall. Cracking her pants, paid for
Go
it
right here.
all.
It's quicker.
I got a girl in Berryville. Can't get her 'cause she won't stay still. She kicks and squeals and farts and hollers. Won't pay less than $7. I got a girl in Berryville. I messed it up. I got a girl across the plain. Hair down there like a horse's mane. I got a girl and she's got a thing. It's on her feet like a diamond ring.
Look at that coach. He's all over the place.
Oh, God damn it! Oh, shit, the horses! Damn horses!
Is one of you going to get that fella's horse?
Well, I got lumbago. It's very serious.
All right, I'll see what's going on. Lumbago, really? You all right there, friend?
Oh, hey, you couldn't help me get my other horse back from over there, could you? I'd really appreciate the help. I'm worried this one here will bolt on me, too, if I leave him.
Sure, no problem.
Thanks. It's the white one over there. Come here, you silly nag.
So we have to calm the horse down.
Easy, easy. Whoa.
And then return it to that stagecoach driver. Come on, horsey, it's okay.
Easy.
Bingo. Return the horse to the coach driver. So once we calm the horse down, I guess this is going to go for wild horses in general. I'm assuming our personal horse can probably die, or we can lose it in one way or another, similar to losing a car in Grand Theft Auto that you might own. In this case, I assume that you can go out and catch them in the wild, and this is kind of how you would do it. Maybe there will be other missions in the future where we have to find people's horses and bring them back.
Here you go.
You're a gentleman, sir. A gentleman.
No, not really. I was just trying to impress the women.
Well, anyway, thank you.
Get on the wagon. So once we calm a horse down, we can simply lead it, or we can get on it and ride it wherever we might want to go. In that situation, I chose to just lead it on. No need to maybe get it agitated more by trying to hop on top of it.
Come on, let's go.
To Valentine!
You're turning into a regular old fairy godmother there, Arthur.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means you got a heart. A small one, perhaps, hidden deep inside, but a real one. And you haven't, you repulsive old lizard.
Lizards have hearts.
Well, Arthur, I'm proud of you.
To be honest, if you lot hadn't been here, I probably would have robbed him.
Well, you didn't.
Just goes to show you the kind of people our gang are, you know. Oh, well, if you weren't there, we would have just robbed the guy. So this must be getting into Valentine here. Yeah, we're just getting in here. The post office is to our right. Stagecoach is close by. We got to go right into the back of town here where a bunch of the stores are. There's a doctor, a barber, a gunsmith. We'll try and check all these places out and see kind of what the extent of the interactivity is with them.
Yeah, too hot.
Woo! Smell those sheep. Or is that Uncle?
Oh, very funny.
This looks like a decent little town.
Other people. Finally.
Look at all that snow on the mountains. Sure don't want to be back up there.
You think we should have asked Molly to come with us?
Oh, no. Miss O'Shea is far too high and mighty now for the likes of us, or to do any real work. She's a society lady now. Okay. Take a good look around, ladies. Let's see what we got here.
It's like a fairly quaint town, not a whole lot going on. Not crazy populated.
Got hired for some work, they laid us off after just 2 days. Only paid us
Minor
for
distraction on the way here, but
has been duped.
managed well. I'm a little disappointed. I thought that little side mission there, that he would have given me some money or something for going through the trouble. So this is one of the saloons in the town. We were reading about the saloons before. One of them, which is this one here, used to be very popular. This is Keen's Saloon. But now there's another saloon in town, and the business has been split as a result of that now. The other saloon is right here. This large saloon, this is Smithfield's, is popular with the local farmhands, cowboys, and traders looking for a cold drink and a hot meal. An evening's entertainment at Smithfield's might involve a few tunes on the piano, a game of poker, a barroom brawl, or all three. There's even a barbershop in back where you can freshen up your look to impress the crowd. Okay, so that is where we can go ahead and shave and maybe even get different haircuts and stuff. Like I said, we'll have to go kind of store to store here, building to building, and just kind of figure out what we can do and what purpose each of these places is going to serve. First and foremost, so I want to do the story part of this mission. Hopefully, it doesn't take us too far out of Valentine for the time being. I don't want to go do the story mission, then it takes us way out of Valentine, and I have to come back to check it out.
Sure you can pick up some bounties there, Arthur.
Heaven forbid you put your head on the line.
Yeah, that's a young man's game.
Ooh, yes. We can get up to some mischief here, all right.
Just remember, keep a low profile.
Will you remember that, though, Arthur?
Probably not.
Let's park up down the end there, near the stables.
So we have to remember that we are outlaws. We are bad people. We are in a gang. We don't want to raise any suspicion. We don't want to go around shooting innocent people or getting into trouble. We got to try and keep a low profile while we're here.
All right. Here we are, just like I said. Cultural center of civilization. Man at his finest.
Uncle, what are we doing?
Well, we're gonna do what any self-respecting maniac does. Put the women to work.
With pleasure. We'll start at the saloon.
Okay, just stay out of trouble and don't get yourselves noticed.
Right, I need to get something from the stores.
Okay, well, we'll see you at the general store when you're done.
Come on, ladies. Imagine we're in Paris.
Come on.
So that's how you see yourself, is it? A maniac?
Well, in my youth, I used to be known as the one-shot kid.
Okay. I'm not gonna ask why.
You are a sad man, Arthur Morgan. But I know you love me.
Desperately. You're my favorite parasite. No. Ringworm's my favorite parasite. You're my second favorite parasite.
Very funny.
I lied. Ringworm. Then rats with the plague. Then you.
Shut up. This is the place now. Come on. Afternoon.
So, what do you need?
Hell, a drop of whiskey for a start. You know, something to pass the time while we're waiting on the women.
Always thinking ahead, ain't you?
You're looking a bit tired there, Arthur. Why don't you pick up some coffee while we're here?
Full stock list in the catalog here on the counter. Whiskey's on the top shelf, nearest the door.
Okay, so we can sell to the shopkeeper, we can talk to the shopkeeper, and he will give us a catalog of everything that this store has to offer, and we can purchase things directly from him.
I don't know. Maybe.
We can also go to the shelf directly and look at some of the things that they have to offer. Guarmo rum, gin, Kentucky
You're
bourbon.
actually buying for once? Are you feeling all right?
See this? Young folk got no respect for their elders no more. What do you reckon? Lamb or the sausage?
Well, this here's a sheep town. The lamb's the best in the state.
I know what the smell is.
Well, that's a ripe cheese, all right.
So there's a lot of food and a lot of alcohol. I feel like we already have quite a bit of food and quite a bit of alcohol currently on us personally.
Look at this.
So let's just get the coffee for now.
I got a lot to replenish after that god-awful time in the mountains.
All done.
Thank you kindly. Ah, this should do the trick.
Yep, that's fine whiskey.
Okay, if you're done, I'll meet you outside. I won't be too long. That should do us. Let's go wait for them outside.
All the best, fellers.
Hair pomade. It's got to be something for our hair. We have quite a bit of alcohol and whatnot too, so I'm not too concerned about making any purchases there. We have cigarettes and cigars and all that stuff. They have a predator bait, herbivore bait. There was something there, candy. We can buy candy. Apples, carrots, different fruits. Classic oatcakes, a horse reviver. So I guess if your horse dies, you can revive it, more or less. Jesus, let's see the catalog straight from the shopkeeper. So provisions, that's going to be like food and whatnot. So if we go here, we have canned food, fresh food, dry goods, liquor, and tobacco. We have liquor and tobacco. I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah, we have like the tobacco products, so not too concerned about any of that stuff. They have tonics, which I think we're pretty good on right now. cocaine gum, bitter snake oil. Again, different kind of tonics, health cures, that kind of a thing. They're actually out of the health cure here. What does the cocaine gum do? Fully restores stamina and fortifies slightly. Slightly damages the stamina core. So it's good and bad. We have ammunition. I think I'm pretty good on ammunition for the time being, though. I just want to get an idea of, you know, if I need something, you know, can I come here and get it? So we're definitely doing okay with ammunition as far as I know. They've got hunting and fishing. Different things that can help. Herbivore bait. Cover scent lotion, so our scent becomes covered. We have arrows. We already have 19 of them, so I'm not too concerned about that. We have horse care. Potent horse stimulant. Horse reviver. Revives horse from severe injury and moderately restores its health. Horse stimulant for its stamina. Potent horse medicine if our horse gets ill. And then finally, clothing. So we have entire outfits that we can look at. $85, $100, $92, nowhere close to our price range. So we're a little bit away from buying these. But this seems to be like the one-stop shop for everything that we'll need. We got the coffee for now, and we got a good idea of what the store has to offer. So we'll go back outside.
Oh, here's to your good health, sir. And to being down here off that mountain.
Absolutely.
It's a funny world, you know. This time in my career, I pictured myself being married to an heiress.
Gentlemen, I think I got something good.
What?
I snuck into this fancy house. Acted like a servant girl. Usually works. Someone was saying her sister was taking a trip from New York or someplace. Train full of rich tourists heading to Saint Denis and then cruising off to Brazil.
Okay.
A train laden with baggage and passing through a bit of deserted country at night as to get to the docks in time for the tides in some place called Scarlet Meadows.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, it's right out near New Hanover. Right, it's real quiet out there.
Sounds good. Where's Tilly and Karen?
I think at the hotel. They were picking up some drunken fellas that they was gonna rob.
Why?
It seemed easy. They have been gone for quite a while.
I guess I'll go see if there's any trouble.
Oh, there's Tilly over there. That does not look ideal.
Excuse me.
Get your hands off me.
You thought I wouldn't find you, Tilly?
You can go kiss a damn snake for all I care. Get off me! Get off of me!
I've been looking too long. I got...
Get your hands off of her.
Who are you?
A friend of mine.
Get the hell off of her, you son of a bitch.
Hey, take it easy. There's no problem here.
There will be if you don't get out of here right now.
You're making a big mistake, Tilly Jackson.
Just get lost.
I ain't doing this with you right now.
Go wait with Uncle and Mary Beth. They're across the street.
Okay. Thanks, Arthur.
Uncle! Look after her. I'm gonna go see about Karen in the hotel.
Delivery's no good. Rats got to it.
Naturally.
So this is going to give us a good chance to check out the hotel and what the hotel has to offer for us.
Can I help you, sir?
I do all I can manage. Are you doing all you can? Huh?
Sir?
Use your strength to help the weak.
No trouble now, please.
It's locked.
Oh, get the hell out of here, will you?
Sorry. Wrong room.
I'm getting what I paid for.
Hey!
Who are you?
A friend of hers.
Get out of here, buddy. I paid.
Ain't paid to hit her, you goddamn animal. Come here! You gotta hit harder than that.
I paid.
Talking now, huh? What the hell are you doing here?
Trying to play him. Not very well.
You okay?
Fine.
You sure?
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. Just men. But stupid bastard was boasting about the bank.
Bank?
Sure, I know small town banks are usually a waste of time, but this is a livestock town. There's lots of cash sometimes.
Okay. Keep investigating.
I will.
I hope, everything's okay up there?
After you. Thank you, Arthur. I don't much like being saved, but when I have to be.
I understand.
You okay?
Sure. He only punched me. Arthur punched him a lot harder.
All right, then.
Hey, who's that guy over there looking at us?
Weren't you in Blackwater a few weeks back?
Me? No, sir. Ain't from there.
Oh, you were. Well, I definitely saw you with a bunch of fellers.
Me? No. Impossible. Listen, buddy, come here for a minute.
I saw you.
Come here.
Come on, get!
I don't like this. Me neither. Go get the girls home. I'm gonna go have a word with our friend.
Be careful, Arthur.
Just a word. Yeah!
Help me!
Just borrowing it.
You stay away from me!
Get back here right now!
Ah, shoot, I lost him. I didn't see which way he went. Damn it. God, I turned the corner there and I just completely lost sight of him. So let's retry that checkpoint. So somebody from Blackwater recognized us. We, of course, have run away from Blackwater, where we are indeed from, thanks to a robbery that went wrong. We're kind of on the run, so...
Oh, hell. Just borrowing it.
You stay away from me!
Get back here right now!
There he goes.
Oh my God!
What are you doing?
Mister, please! I'm sorry! Come on! Yeah! Yeah!
Holy Christ.
Help! Someone!
Why are you telling lies about me?
No. I got it wrong, partner. I got it very wrong. Now please help me out.
I ain't never been in Blackwater.
Then why are you chasing me?
I've got an unfortunate face.
Yes, me too. Now please pull me up. Please. Please.
You lost honor. Continue to perform negative actions and you'll lose honor. Horse Bliputha is your temporary horse. Okay, so mission complete. We completed that uncle mission. So nobody witnessed that, obviously. We ran off to a pretty rural park just outside of Valentine, and I thought, he is still a risk. I mean, if I save him, he's still a risk to give away my identity. I'm not saying that somebody else in Valentine won't recognize us. It's very much possible, but that's one less person that we have to realize. And I mean, we're part of a gang, right? So we're not going to be going around doing the nicest of things. This is the Wild West in 1899. So, I mean, I'm not going to play nice all the time with these guys. You want to cause trouble with me? I will give you some trouble. So we'll be able to work our way back here into town. Let's check out the show.
How do you do? Looking to see a show?
What do you have playing today?
The Bear. Mm-hmm.
Can I buy a ticket, please?
Okay, head on in. Tent to your left.
Folks, I'm going to tell you a morality tale from when our country was young that the settlers used to tell about the woods of Massachusetts and the creatures that lived there. One summer, a bear was by the stream, and Old Man Wind appeared and said, "Bear, I shall blow a mighty cold upon the land, and gorge yourself on fish and meat, and go find a den. Then sleep, not for one night, but for 60. Go tell all the animals of the forest what I have told you." Bear was sad because the fish were his friends, and now he had to eat them. But he knew to do whatever the wind told him. The animals of the forest often teased Bear and said he was slow and lazy and foolish for listening to Old Man Wind. "You're talking to the wind again, eh?" laughed the rabbit. "I think Bear has finally taken leave of his senses," said the turtle. "And he's getting so rotund that even I could outrun him." "I'm smart and quick," said Rabbit. "I'll outrun Old Man Wind if he comes a-calling, or you, since you're into eating your friends." The turtle said, "If Wind comes, I'll just hide in my shell." Then Bear went and warned Coyote and Possum that they should prepare for a long, cold winter. "It's so hot," said the Coyote. "There's plenty of time." The lazy Possum said, "Well, there's an abundance of food. Maybe I'll just store some in my pouch." Even his squirrel friends made fun of Bear. They laughed and laughed and squibbled and squabbled. "Chunky needs a nap. Fatty Goody Two-Shoes does what he's told." Bear was very sad. But he was a good bear, and he always did what Old Man Wind told him. He went and found a den, snuggled inside, and fell fast asleep. Bear snored and snored for many days. When he woke up, he saw spring had come. He was very hungry, so he walked outside. As the snow melted, he saw all his friends who hadn't listened, frozen and just ready to be eaten. And that's why the bear hibernates. So listen to your elders and do just what you're told.
Cool. So that's like a movie or picture show from the 1800s. That's awesome.
Hope to see you.
Just wanted to make sure I felt like I got my 50 cents worth, and I definitely feel like I got my 50 cents worth. Arthur Morgan walks away happy. That means no bullets will fly. Everybody is safe. Okay, so we have a new kind of mission that's unlocked. And there's one from Hosea back at our base camp too. But there's this big white circle, and so somewhere in that white circle there's obviously some sort of a mission that we can unlock. There we go, stranger, the noblest of men and a woman. There is someone here you can meet. So similar to the original Red Dead Redemption where it was just a question mark, it's a stranger mission. It's a mission from somebody that we don't know. But I remember in the first Red Dead, a lot of those stranger missions were very cool. I remember being very excited when a new one opened up on our map, so that's quite interesting. We've been to the shop. We kind of know what that has to offer. I feel like we're doing okay stock-wise right now. So let's head to the butcher here. So this is our temporary horse. Obviously, our actual horse is back, the one that we've been spending all the time bonding with. That's back at our base camp, but we brought the stagecoach with us into town to bring the ladies and whatnot. So this is the horse that we're gonna have to use for transportation for the time being.
Good evening, sir.
Am I glad to see you? Darn it! What the heck do you want?
Ah, newcomer. Don't worry, you'll be a regular in no time. Giddy up.
So let's see what the butcher has to offer. So I can sell to the butcher.
A lot of trouble around these parts recently.
What a rotten place this is.
He doesn't want to seem to give me a whole lot, though. It's not really worth it. What about buying? So we can buy salted beef, salted venison, mature venison meat, tender pork loin, or prime beef joint. I'm going to pick up something for myself while I'm here. I'm going to pick up the tender pork loin. I want to make sure that I carry some food for myself around on me and not always rely on the food from the group. I think it's important to always make sure that we ourselves are personally taken care of before anything else. Now, one thing that I noticed is look at this town at night. There are some areas that are pitch black. Like, look outside of town. There are some dark, dark, dark areas that are not lit up, which is very realistic because the countryside would be very dark without lights. Now, there are some lights in the town, some street lights and whatnot, but I like that. Definitely that a good nighttime vibe. So this is the hotel. I assume it's just a place that we can sleep, I guess.
Hello.
Finest meats here. Nowhere else.
We did go in there to find one of our girls, but never got to really talk to the owner. So we can bath for 25 cents. We can rent a room for $1.
It is. Last time I checked.
I really don't need any more trouble.
I didn't come to make any. I was just protecting a lady.
Well, all behind us now, I suppose. So what is it you need? A bath, perhaps?
You know, we probably haven't had a bath in a good little while, so let's get a bath. So I did pay for it, so I guess I just have to go back and grab one now. So staying clean and having our own and keeping up with our personal hygiene is an important aspect of the game. So this is going to give us a good idea.
Can I be of any assistance in there?
Yes, please.
Sure.
We got to make sure that we pamper ourselves sometimes.
I'll take care of you.
Let me know if you'd like a bit of an extra scrub anywhere. I'll be out of your hair in no time.
You might be the friendliest person I've met in this town.
Yes, that's how it is round here. Always been.
Sorry for smell. It's been a while.
Well.
Figured it had probably been a while since Arthur Morgan actually had the chance to go into a town and take a bath, so might as well take advantage of this while we're here. Again, I'm just trying to get the full scope of what I can accomplish by going into town.
It's been a while since I've been able to relax like this.
Really now?
And I've got a little bit of extra money to burn. I don't need the money for anything right now. I'm sure I will need it for many things in the future, but
Doesn't get much better than this, right?
All right, that's perfect. Thanks.
It was nice getting to know you.
You as well. So now if we look at Arthur, we should be clean at least. Our weight, we're doing okay. I don't think that we need to eat. I think that we're doing okay there. So let's go check out some more places. I know that I can get a room here if I need to in the future for anything.
Mister?
We have Javier, the barber, which is locked right now, the general store, which is probably closed, so is the doctor's office. I think that's what all of these different icons mean. There's the other saloon where the other optional mission probably is. So yeah, I mean, we have a few more places that we can investigate. The best thing that I think to do would probably be to grab a room in the hotel overnight and then wake up in the morning and investigate the rest of the shops. We can maybe go to the barber and maybe cut our beard. We can take care of the Javier mission and see what our other guys are up to. We do still have some of our gang here in town. Javier, Bill, and Charles are still here somewhere. And then we'll go to both saloons and do both of the missions that are there. And then, like I said, work our way back south, back to base camp. Deal with anything that needs to get done there, and then down to Reverend Swanson. So when we start the next stream, we will sort of continue to investigate this lovely town of Valentine. Take care of the missions that are here, and then move on from this place. So we can use the room to save progress and change outfits. I'm hoping we can kind of skip forward in time to daytime too, so that when we start next time, we can actually go to the barber shop and the doctor's office and check these places out and see what they're all about. We have to wait for them to be open though. Okay, so our room is just down here at the end of the hall. So we can sleep 4 hours until the morning. It's not that long, but we're all bathed. We'll be all rested now. Alright, so we're still very early on here in Chapter 2, still well towards the beginning of this game. I assume we could probably... Oh, it's pouring rain outside. Jeez, we could probably grab something to eat here. What would we like? Let's eat the baked beans. You know what? No, the peaches. We have 2 of the peaches. So let's have some peaches. That should help us for a little bit. I'm gonna go with the Pursuer. We'll go with one of the pre-made outfits. Don't want to have to spend too much time. I like this one. This one makes Arthur look sharp.
You're getting old. Old and kind of sad.
Alright, so now when we fire back up to our next stream, we will take care of all of these lovely icons. We've looked at probably about half the town so far. We got the saloon, the barber, the doctor, the police station where we can pick up some bounty hunting missions. Both of the saloons have a mission that we can do, so still lots that we need to take care of here in Valentine, and lots that we can check out and investigate. Thanks again for joining me once again on this adventure. We'll see you in the next one.